listening to the Fayetteville411 podcast produced by the City of Fayetteville. You'll hear topics of interest and get an inside look into the various departments that help keep our city moving. I'm Sherry Kropp. Today we have a very special podcast. The city has collaborated with Cumberland County Schools for the ICON Summer Internship program, and we have 14 interns with us here at the City of Fayetteville. Obviously, we can't have all of them here today, but we do have a few of them with us today, and they're going to talk about their experience through this program. So I'm going to turn it over to two of the interns, Emma Posner and Dagger Aloka.
Hi, my name's Emma Posner. I'm a marketing and communications intern with the city. I'm going to be a senior at Jack Britt High School this upcoming school year. And when I graduate, I hope to attend a 4-year university in marketing and communications. I don't know which one yet, but...
I also go to Jack Britt, and I'm a rising junior. I also work with the marketing and communications department, and I focus on graphics and video editing here at this internship, but I hope to attend college and major in graphic design.
So on our podcast today, we have the two IT interns for the city, Megan Lane and Aiden Hayes. So Megan, do you want to introduce yourself, give a little elevator pitch?
Hi, my name's Megan, and I've been participating as an ICON intern with the Department of IT. That's information technology, and I'm about to be a junior, and I'm going to the Cumberland Polytechnic High School, and that's on FTC campus. So it's going to be pretty exciting to have this for my summer.
Hello, I'm Aiden Hayes, and I also go to Polytech on the FTCC campus. I work with the IT department for City of Fayetteville as an IT intern, and I will be a junior next year.
So how has everyone's experience been? I've had fun, and I think I've learned a lot, so.
I've had a good experience so far. It's been really fun working with you.
Aww, so cute.
I've had a great experience so far. I'll say that I've learned a lot so far from this, and I'm glad that I decided to join the ICON program.
So what are some things that you've learned that you really think that you'll carry with you?
Majority of the stuff that I've learned in IT, I think that would be a big help since I want to find a job in the IT field in the future. But I think the thing that's helped the most is just getting experience in the work field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. Megan?
The ability to just build a network with all the people that I've been surrounded by, who, even though they do different types of things in IT, and there's many different branches, some of them overlap. And that's been very helpful to learn what I want to do since it's such a broad field. And a few of the things I've been able to get into that I had no idea what it was about was GIS, so Geographic Information Systems, or science. And I think I want to pursue that for my college.
That's awesome. So this experience has given you an opportunity to really delve in on what exactly you want to do in your future. That's awesome.
I feel like it's done that for me too, for sure.
Yeah, I know me personally, I know you said, Dagger, that you've been focusing on graphic design more and the visual aspect of it in our internship, and I've been more focused on the broadcast journalism side of everything. And I think I've really dipped my toes kind of into everything within the marketing and communications department, and I'm really excited to use what I've learned. So, Dagger, do you want to talk about what your favorite part of this internship has been?
I like how everything has been so hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid that this whole internship would turn into more like a lecture from the city officials.
Yeah.
But it's actually been really hands-on. I've been given a lot of projects, and I've been able to work on a lot of things myself.
Yeah, I agree. You guys? What's been your favorite part of this?
Similar to what Dagger said, being hands-on. I think it's been very fun. So far, one of the biggest things for me has been hardware, and around the first 3 weeks of being in the IT field, I've worked with the insides of desktops, and I've gotten to learn more about them. I've also fixed one of the desktops. I've learned a lot of problem-solving skills from being down in client services. They've been a great help.
Something that I found really cool, even though it was just last week, we actually started to play with a little bit of automation and queries. So really kind of what that was is I was able to take Excel, take my data set, and input it in there, and it was able to format it for me automatically. That was less manual work I had to do and more information I could share.
Yeah. And I know you guys are talking about like these specific skills like within like all the computer stuff. Like for me, I know that this is also true for you, Dagger. A lot of like just getting more experience with Adobe. Like I feel like going into this, I had like minimal knowledge of it. And I know you had a little bit more than me going into it, but like watching you be able to do it and learning from you and learning from all of the other staff that we work with. I think, yeah, like those, like, it's like hard skills versus soft skills, like, like getting a good amount of both. So we just talked about your favorite thing. So now let's talk about, like, if there was one thing you could change about, like, it could be anything, like, with this entire experience, like, what would you change?
I actually have really enjoyed it. I feel like if I were to change something, I would want to do more outdoor events. I feel like it's been a lot of in the office.
Yeah.
And I would like to do a couple more things outdoors, like filming things outdoors or just getting to see more things around
and
the
one
city.
thing that was great is that we did have the freedom to like go out and like film B-roll just like whenever we got a little too antsy from
I'm not saying we haven't been able to do that, I know. But I think more of it would have been fun.
Yeah.
Something I would have liked to have done more of, given the opportunity, what was really cool of the program, what we can improve on is the technologies that are currently used. So there was a lot of setup during our time based on the season that we came in. And if we could have the opportunity to use some of those new things, I know being able to at the beginning, we could learn about those new systems and actually use it and then actually get information about how well it worked afterwards.
Yeah. And like I know like we've had some like issues with our computers, and I know that I mean I obviously don't have the experience that you guys have, but like IT like really like jumps right on it. And you guys I've noticed you guys are always like you're somewhere new, like working on something else. Just always fixing something. So Aiden, is there one thing that you would change?
So far, I've enjoyed most things, but I would say if there was one thing I could change, it would be I wish we got to go to more different places in the city of Fayetteville.
Yeah.
How I said earlier, how we went to PD and some of the fire stations. I wish we got to travel around a bit more, get to see their technology, and maybe help out a little bit more. But otherwise, it's been pretty fun.
Are you guys, Megan and Aiden, are you guys both going to be juniors, seniors?
Juniors.
Okay, cool. So, like, is this something that you would want to do again? Like, would you want to participate with ICON, like, again?
Yes.
Like, 100%. That was, like, a quick yes from you. Like, This is definitely, it's something you've thought about. Would you be interested in, like, working for the city again? Or, like, I know, like, me, I'm going to be a senior, but you can still do it, like, the summer after you graduate, which is, I didn't know that, and that's very interesting, little tidbit. So if I choose to do it, I think I would enjoy working with the city again, but almost having like the experience to like go out. And that's what's so great almost about the ICON internship is that there's so many different opportunities. It's not just like one place that you're applying to.
Yeah,
so, like,
because any company can partner with them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something like I feel like it's good to have the experience like working other places. Would you guys like, I know you guys have said you've enjoyed it here, but like would you be more interested in like doing something else, or what do you think?
I honestly would really like to work for the City of Fayetteville again for IT. When I took the 3 interviews, honestly, out of all of 3 that I picked, I did not think I was going to get City of Fayetteville, but that was the one I wanted the most.
Yeah.
And it made me very happy to.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was the exact same because I knew like marketing was something I was very interested in. Like I go to Jack Britt, which I've said before, and I've taken like every marketing class possible at that school.
Right. Same for me. I've taken like every Adobe class.
Yeah, exactly. So we already knew like what it was. So like when I see like marketing intern, I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do. And going into it, like even after the interview, I was like, I don't think I'm going to get that one. Yeah. I was like, it wasn't my strongest interview. I felt like I did have a connection with who I interviewed with, but like that was like it. And then being accepted feels great. And then also being welcomed into the fold, because city staff, I know I've talked with all of you individually, and I know we've each had like amazing experiences with city staff. Like, they're so welcoming, and they really like, I know I do a lot of like scheduling, especially because you guys know that the project me and Dagger have been working on, the intern interviews. It's a lot of scheduling, a lot of rescheduling, lots of stuff like that. And everybody is so like quick to like be like, oh yeah, like that's fine. Like I want to work with you, you know? So like transferring from or segueing from like the City of Fayetteville side to the like ICON side. So I'm just gonna real quick give a quick explanation. So how did each of you learn about like the ICON opportunity?
I learned from a friend. He did it for his junior summer, and he worked with PwC. He's did the program again and is now working for a company that does concrete. So he is that kind of interest into public works and those kind of things. But to hear the opportunity to get involved with those things, it was really good for me and my sister, who's also in the program, and she got into PwC, which was really cool.
That's awesome.
For me, I learned it through my mother and my uncles. Both my uncles, who've both worked in IT in the past, have been a big help for me to learn about IT. So I didn't know too much about IT before I did any of the interviews, but they're the ones who told me about ICON. And when I saw that City of Fayetteville and PwC both had IT intern spots, I automatically just knew that I wanted to interview with both of them.
I actually learned through, in one of my classes, we were given the Google form to sign up on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very highly advertised, but I decided no one else in my class really jumped on it, but I really wanted to. So I had to work with my teacher like individually a lot.
Yeah. Me personally, my dad got the email and he forwarded it to me, and he was like, you should like jump on this, because I'd been wanting to get a job for a while, and he was like, this is a way for you to learn and get paid. And I was like, it is a very good opportunity. So I signed up for it. And my dad still holds that against me. He's like, you've had this great experience and you owe it all to me. And I'm like, okay, Dad, really? But yeah, so that's how I learned about it. So then after we learned about it, we all had to sign up. There were 2 workshop dates. And so on these workshops, we all learned about like resume, how to change your resume to make it good, how to interview skills. Like we learned all these things that I think were so beneficial for me, at least.
Because last year they were saying that they didn't have the workshop, but I feel like if I didn't have the workshop, I would have been so lost.
Yeah, because like at the interviews, like which were like a week after the workshops, or 2 weeks, I think, I felt so much more confident in myself, knowing that like I had those skills to rely on that I was taught.
Right.
So regarding like things we've learned about city government working with the City of Fayetteville, for me personally, I feel like this is kind of embarrassing for me to admit, I did not even know who our mayor was. I've been living in Fayetteville for...
I totally agree.
I didn't even know we had a mayor, to be honest with you.
No, I'm like, it's crazy. And like having like I've taken civics class, so I kind of know like state government versus like federal government, but like then adding another layer of it to like local government like adds like a new whole thing.
I didn't even know really anything about local government. I haven't even taken civics yet, so I feel like I'm going to go into civics and I'm really going to pass. Because I have the hands-on experience.
Yeah.
What was really cool for me was to be taking English and to be doing a lot of that classwork, since we do a dual enrollment kind of schedule with Cumberland Polytechnic, and to take my experience from being in a local government environment and contribute it to my class, which was very helpful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Like seeing how it really, like learning all of this stuff really integrates into like our daily life, you know?
Because there's a lot of things that I didn't even think about how city government does. Like there's been a lot of talk about pushing out things about the fire department, things about solid waste that I didn't even really know.
You really don't think about that. You're just like, oh, it's just the fire department. Like it just works by itself. Like but there's so much that goes behind it that I think we've all been so exposed to. Like seeing all the work that goes into it. Like I know me personally, like working in the marketing and communications department, seeing like all this work where you're just like, oh, it's just like a press release that's going out. It's just a little video that's going on the TV.
But
like,
you've written a press release and you stressed over it like crazy.
Yeah, like it takes so much work that you don't even think about. So like just seeing all that and how everything works together. Like, and I know we all got, this is a fun little thing to mention, we all get recognized at a city council meeting, so that's fun. Because we got like a really nice plaques. And I was like, I remember literally being
I was surprised.
Yeah.
The best part about it was made in America, and it was like several days before like 4th of July.
Yeah. I mean, I just felt so great to putting in this much work and be recognized for that.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be such a big thing. I thought like it would just be like this little measly internship. I didn't know it was going to be so...
Yeah.
It feels so big.
Been a lot of surprises.
Yeah, it feels great to know that you're making an impact and almost be like recognized for that. Yeah.
And then like at the same time, you're recognizing the ICON interns who were just working with Fayetteville. It's prompted everybody else to get interested into the ICON program
Exactly,
because
it's
this is going to be really good for advertising.
Yeah,
like I really hope
it's
next year ICON will be a much bigger thing. I really hope.
Yeah. Like I know like even just for the city we had 14 interns, which is like that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I know that like most departments like IT has you guys and then marketing has like us. So like most departments got 2. So,
yeah. And I think it's just really good to get early involvement on things like this, like for the city specifically, just have like a younger crowd get involved with their government so soon. It's good.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Like even before like voting age, like getting involved. And I know there are many like boards and commissions that go into it, and I know that like our people like our age can get involved in that, and that's something I learned that like I had no clue about.
I didn't know that either.
I hope the ICON program gets more advertising in the future. I was honestly surprised. Once I learned about it, I started asking some friends of mine who've gone to other schools or goes to our school if they knew about the program. Yeah. Majority of them said no.
I mean, with the whole thing, I feel like the one piece of advice that I would give to an ICON intern is just like fully immerse yourself into the experience, because you're going to learn more like in this 6 weeks than almost
you almost ever have.
Yeah.
Like school could never give this to you.
Yeah, because it's so much, it's like so like their work and
so
school.
hands-on.
Yeah, exactly.
I know for certain that before you get into the ICON program, you definitely want to identify a general thing that you have an interest in. Even if it's just a hobby, you can find out so much more about it through doing this program.
Just the smallest interest, and you could like learn more about it, and it'll bloom into something so much bigger.
I would say just make sure you retain the information and make sure that you're learning from this, because being here, realizing that's already been 5 weeks, it does not feel like it's been 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It flew by very fast.
And definitely like make connections, like take business cards. Like I know I already have like a mental note in my head, like on my
wallet is full of business cards.
Like on my last week, like I want to go around and get everyone's business cards just for future connections.
And if you ever need like a letter of recommendation, the people you work with during the 6 weeks will be your best bet.
And not only that, but just like general connections, you know?
And this is a great way to meet new people and get out there.
And it's such a good opportunity because internship opportunities, especially with government, rarely ever happen.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever really even heard of this? Well, I want to thank all of you so much for coming onto the show today. And that will wrap it up for this episode of the Fayetteville411. The Fayetteville411 is one of the several podcasts that the city produces for our podcast channel, Radio Fayetteville, as we provide timely and informative updates on a variety of topics related to the city of Fayetteville. Be sure to subscribe to Radio Fayetteville, available on your favorite podcast streaming platforms.
You can also listen to every podcast that Radio Fayetteville has to offer on the Fay TV streaming app, which is available now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon Fire TV. And you can view all of our video content, including the Intern Spotlight video series that we've been doing with all of the interns for the city of Fayetteville, on faytv.net or the YouTube page for the city of Fayetteville. To get information about city services, go to our webpage at fayetteville.nc.gov. Thanks for joining.